Good morning, 3D Design. I'm going to show you how we're going to be preparing our mirror and etching our mirror for the mirror etching and glass etching project. I'm only going to be doing an example for the mirror, as the cup is the same exact thing except it's on a round surface. So when you finish your packet and you have your designs already done and you know what you want to put on your mirror, you will actually receive your mirror. The first thing you need to do is we need to clean it up, because sometimes there's residue from the packaging or dust or something like that. And when we put our contact paper on, we don't want anything in between it to create a bubble. All right. So no oil, no dust, no styrofoam. From awesome Amazon. Okay. Okay, so my mirror is clean. I like to personally put my mirror at the edge of my table so when I'm done I could pick it up somewhat easily. And then next you're ready for your contact paper. Contact paper is basically a giant sticker. This year the contact paper is transparent. Some examples you'll see are white. Some examples I have camo in the back. It doesn't really matter what kind of sticker it is, as long as it's a sticker, it'll do its job. So you want to work one edge so we could separate it. And when you're ready to cover your mirror, the best way to do it without creating an air pocket is to start above your mirror and on the table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sticker and I'm going to place it past my mirror. So with my dominant hand, I'll be rubbing my sticker, and with my non-dominant hands, I'll show you. There's a little tab under here of the paper that's attached to the sticker. So I'm gonna be pulling that slowly, and I'm rubbing with my palm back and forth. This is gonna prevent air bubbles from happening. I'm going to rub it all the way from the top of the mirror to the bottom of the mirror, a little past to be quite frank. I would advise not rubbing with your fingers, and the reason is, oftentimes they're so focused pressure that you will get air bubbles in your sticker, and we don't want air bubbles because it will interfere with when we start etching and designing our mirror. So if you do have an air bubble, for example, I don't, but I'm gonna make one up. Let's say I have a bubble. I'm gonna stop pulling where I'm at. I'm gonna go back and pull it, release that air pocket, and I'm gonna continue the process. Now I do have an air bubble. Awesome, okay. I'm going to continue that process over and over and over again until my mirror is completely covered. Please, please, please save the mats the contact paper came on. The reason is when we etch, we're going to use these as placemats just to protect the table, as well as to get the etching cream back in its jug. So come drop those off at my desk. I don't care where, just don't throw them away because we need them. So I have my sticker on my mirror now. What I'm gonna do is, like I said, it's at the edge of the table. I'm gonna pop my mirror up, okay? And then I'm just gonna wrap it like a Christmas gift. It's not a big deal if you have air bubbles on the back of your mirror. The reason is, we're not focusing back there, right? The edge of your mirror will be protected somewhat. I'm gonna do that one last, okay? So I'm gonna pull it tight to make sure I'm not, trapping any air towards the front. Pull it tight on my edge. Like that, wrapping it up, and I have a lot of bubbles. It's fine. On the back. Pulling it tight. Okay. So there we go. I have my mirror. Like I said, this year it is going to be clear. When you're at this phase, you already have brainstormed your idea in your packet. Now you have your mirror covered. You're ready to start drawing on this. I would advise and recommend to start drawing on this in pencil. And when you're ready, we'll come through with a Sharpie and color in what you're gonna be carving out. So instead of doing that, I have some examples for you. I have the Mr. Lovely John Wayne. So I have him drawn out in pencil. Like I said, it's a white contact paper now. And I have him shaded in. So everything in John Wayne, I'm going to be carving out. That's where my etching cream will be left. So everything that's white will be a mirror. So etching cream, mirror. I have an example for you that's already like half carved that I'm actually gonna finish now. Actually, I'll probably only do half of it because you'll get the idea. So it's already halfway carved out. When you have your drawing, like Mr. John Wayne, you already have it drawn out and you already have it shaded in so we don't get confused. You're gonna get an X-Acto knife and you're gonna carve this out. Everything that's black is gonna go, everything that's white's gonna stay because the black is what's going to be etched. I have a couple finished examples here for you. I'm going to finish half of this project and etch it for you. So here's an example of a student a couple years ago. Maybe you could see it, maybe not. So they've created a little peacock. There's a flower, a design going all the way around, and we have a skull up here in the corner. And again, the center of the mirror is used still as a mirror itself, so we haven't lost function of the item. And then here was my teacher sample from last year. Mind you, it's very dirty, but so I put adventurers out there, I put some trees, a little tent, and a campfire with a design all the way around. Again, not everything on my mirror is etched, so there is a lot of function to it as well. Obviously this one I went more for the design. And then I also have another example here. So this one actually has color on it. This one's kind of cool because it's a good example to show that paint markers work really well on this. So this part of the mirror is etched. We have the little boy in the bucket. And then we have the Take This Society, and we have the name tagged in the corner, and we have a grass line at the bottom. So paint markers do work. If I have them, they will be available to you. If I don't have them, they won't be available. Okay, so to show you the next step. So we have our design, we have our mirror covered, we've drawn it out, we've shaded it in, and now we're ready to carve. So some of this has already been carved. It's super easy to do this because the sticker is super thin. So I'm using my X-Acto knife, and I'm just going over the pencil lines that are already there. It's really easy. It cuts like super easy and quick. The thing is, some of our designs are very intricate, so please take your time with this. This is going to be the longest part of your project where you're actually putting in the work for it. Once you have that shape already carved out, I like to turn my knife sideways and kind of get underneath the sticker. This one, I could tell, has been on for a while. Okay. And I'm pulling those stickers up. Hopefully you could see that what I'm saying is what I'm doing. Sometimes I notice students don't like cut the corners well. Instead of pulling it and possibly popping up part of the sticker that you don't want, slow down, go back and cut that corner. Cut it well. There we go, okay. Got a little piece up in here. Okay. All right, so as you can see, I just carved out this whole corner and the mirror is now exposed. The next step is I'm gonna show you how we're gonna etch. So hypothetically, if this whole mirror is done and carved, I need you to go through with like Q-tips or some soft paper towel, which I already have, and it needs to be damp with a little bit of Windex or water because I wanna get rid of any of the sticker residue that's in the spaces in which I want to etch. The reason I want to get rid of that is because if I put etching cream on top, that sticker residue is just enough that it won't etch there. So when I clean my mirror when I'm all done, the design won't be transparent. It won't be there. It'll be mirror because that sticker will act as a wall. So it's somewhat clean. All right, so I think I'm gonna just put etching cream here. I'm gonna etch that side. Okay. So I'm gonna just etch a little corner for you because I like to use my examples over and over again because I'm frugal and I like to save supplies. So right now I'm going through and I'm making sure there's no sticker residue. Okay, so this is done. When I'm ready to etch, I'm going to get that mat that we took off from the contact paper. I'm gonna put it under my mirror, okay? And I'm ready for some etching cream. So when you're ready for etching cream, be careful and cautious you don't touch it. This etching cream is gonna eat through this mirror. Mirror is like a glass, right? If this etching cream can eat through mirror, you can only imagine what it's gonna do to your hands. So I have some tools for you, and I'm gonna ask that we only etch in front of me to make sure that it's done safe. Regardless if you touch the etching cream or not, you are going to wash your hands with soap after you use it. So I have the etching cream. All right, it's gonna take me a minute. Okay, I think I got it. I did, okay. Okay, so I have my etching cream. The way we're going to attach this, yes, I will warn you, it is quite smelly. It smells like rotten eggs, a little sulfuric. So we're gonna pour some etching cream down on the side, not directly on our mirror. We want this to touch and burn our mirror evenly. So you'll see I put it on the sticker, and with my wooden stick, I'm going to make sure that there's a nice, even, consistent coat everywhere that I want to etch it. All right. So even coat. I don't want it too thin in some areas. I don't want it obnoxiously thick in other areas. Okay. So I'm going to leave a stick on the side of my contact paper mat. Okay. I'm going to close up the etching cream. All right. And now I'm going to set an alarm on my phone for 25 minutes. At that 25-minute mark, I can scratch this etching cream back off and put it in the container of etching cream, because this stuff is super expensive, so we can get as many uses out of it as we can. So right now that I've applied my etching cream, I'm gonna go wash and dry my hands with soap, and I'm gonna set a 25-minute timer. When that 25-minute timer comes back, I'm gonna scratch this off, put it in the container for the etching cream, and I get to wash it. So I run it under water and I wash any extra etching cream off. The reason is you're done, and you're about to take, once you wash it, you're about to take your sticker off. If you don't wash and dry it and you just take your sticker off, that etching cream may touch that clean area of mirror that you don't want to be etched, and therefore it's going to damage your design and your project. So we're going to clean it, we'll wash and dry my hands, wait 25 minutes, put it back in the container, and then I'm gonna wash any extra off, again, washing my hands with soap and water. Then I get to take my mirror off, and you're done. You have a beautiful project. I hope you enjoy this one. It's super fun. Just make sure you wash your hands when you're done. All right, so it's been about 20-25 minutes. I'm going to take my etching cream off. So the best way I like to do this is to just bring my project to the container. Scratch off as much as I can. Okay. That is well done. Okay. All right, there's no extra sitting on my project. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this with me, close up the container, and I'm ready to run this under water and wash it. So therefore, when I dry it, I can take my sticker off and my project's done. Enjoy. So I've already washed and dried it, and as I addressed, I'm only taking off a little bit so I can use this example over and over again, and it's looking great. So I wanted to show you, I'm taking off the sticker after I washed and dried it, to make sure I don't ruin my mirror with any of the little extra etching cream that I could not get off. The sticker is old. Don't worry, your sticker is new. So again, as you take this sticker off, you're going to start to see your design, and it's going to look great. There will be some sticker residue, so don't feel like your project is ruined. It's just because we had sticker sitting there. So when you're done taking your sticker off, if it looks a little too messy for your liking, please feel free to go wash and dry it again, or just touch up those little areas that look a little messy to you. It's fine. Your mirror forever now can be washed and dried, so you're good. All right, so there it is. Awesome. Some sticker residue. So it's gonna look like there's some discoloration because the paper towel I just used had water, but there you go. There's the etching. All right. Enjoy.